This is the bombshell that's about to shatter the WNBA. Lisa Bluder, the legendary coach who molded Caitlin Clark into the unstoppable force she is today, just dropped a nuclear truth bomb. In a raw, unfiltered interview that's sending shockwaves from Iowa City to Indianapolis, Bluder exposed why Stephanie White is the absolute worst fit for Clark. It's not just a coaching mismatch, it's a recipe for disaster that's already derailing the Indiana Fever's superstar. Fans are raging, insiders are panicking, and the league, they're scrambling to contain the fallout. This isn't speculation, this is the brutal reality exploding right now. It all ignited when Bluter, the mastermind behind Clark's iconic Iowa Hawkeyes run, sat down for what was supposed to be a nostalgic chat about her glory days. But oh no, she went off script. With fire in her eyes and zero holds barred, Bluter laid it bare. Stephanie White doesn't get it. She doesn't understand the magic that makes Clark tick. "You can't cage a phenom like Caitlin," Bluter declared, her voice cracking with emotion. "She thrives on freedom, on leading with that fearless joy. Put her in a rigid system and you're killing her spark." Boom. Direct hit at White's coaching philosophy, which has Clark shackled in outdated plays, sidelined from her natural point guard dominance, and forced into roles that scream sabotage. Escalating fast. Remember Clark's rookie year fireworks? She shattered records, lit up arenas, carried the Fever to relevance, but now, under White, it's a nightmare. Bluder didn't mince words. She compared White's approach to chaining a racehorse to a plow. "Caitlin isn't just a player, she's the system," Bluder thundered. "You build around her passion, her vision. Stephanie's trying to force her into a box, and it's backfiring spectacularly." Insiders confirm White's obsession with veteran priorities, pushing Kelsey Mitchell as the alpha, hyping Natasha Howard as MVP material, has Clark relegated to spot-up shooter duties. Small forward experiments, absolute insanity. Clark's assists plummeting, her joy fading. Bluter saw it coming. "I coached her through isolation, through the noise. She needs space to lead, not a leash." Step by step, the controversy builds like a pressure cooker. Bluter's revelations trace back to Clark's college days, the panoramic isolation where she learned to build relationships, emerge as a leader. "It took time," Bluter admitted, tears welling, "but she became that goofy kid who inspired everyone." Contrast that with White's regime, rigid practices, veteran favoritism, and a play style that's the polar opposite of Clark's free-flowing genius. Bluter didn't stop there. She slammed White's veteran promises. "You lure in Howard with MVP dreams, Dana Bonner scams her way out. That's not coaching, that's desperation." Leaks from Fever practices paint a grim picture. Clark frustrated, barking at teammates, her shots contested in drills designed for plotters, not prodigies. The drama intensifies with every detail. Bluter recalled Clark's upperclassmen years, the noise, the pressure, the haters. She handled it without getting a big head, Bluter praised. But under White, the noise is deafening. White's public digs at Clark's toxic fan base. Bluter called it out. "That's deflection. Hold yourself accountable. Fans see the truth." White's stifling the generational talent. Escalation peaks with Bluter's stark warning. Stephanie's focused on Arie McDonald, on veterans who were bench warmers elsewhere. Meanwhile, Clark's sidelined. This isn't building a team, it's burying a star. Now, the reactions are pouring in like a tidal wave of fury. Fans are absolutely losing it. Social media is on fire. Hashtags like Fire White Now and Bluter Knows best trending worldwide. "How dare she ruin CC?" one Iowa diehard screamed online. Video of her smashing a Fever jersey going viral. Analysts are stunned, jaws on the floor. ESPN's top voices are calling it the biggest coaching blunder since the league's inception. "Bluter's the oracle," one insider gasped. "White's ego is tanking the Fever." Locker room buzz? Explosive. Anonymous Fever players leaking. "Caitlin's miserable. White's plays choke her out." Veterans like Howard? Defiant but cracking. Rumors of trade, demands swirling. League office, in full panic mode, commissioners huddling over emergency calls. "This could split the fan base," one exec whispered. "Bluter's words are gospel. Dramatic turns keep coming. Bluter doubled down on Clark's leadership evolution from solo star to team unifier. She learned to lift others, Bluter said, voice booming. But White, she's undoing it all, prioritizing Mitchell's shots, Howard's touches. Fans shocked. Back-to-back natties at Iowa, and now this, insiders furious. White was brought in to sabotage, change the #1 offense. Madness. League buzz electric, rival coaches smirking, seeing fever implode. Bluter's exposing the fraud, one analyst roared on air. The emotional gut punches hit hard. Bluter reminisced on Clark's goofy side, her passion without fear. People wanted to be like her, she said, but White's system? It's fear-based, rigid, soul-crushing. Reactions from Hawkeye's alums? Heartbreaking. Kate Martin, thriving in Vegas. Caitlin deserves better. Jan Jensen, Bluter's successor. Lisa's right, let her fly. Fans in tears. We watched her blossom. Now White's wilting her. Controversy escalates to fever pitch. Bluter's take on social media's role in Clark's rise? Spot on. It amplified her joy, she said. But White's hating on fans? Toxic? No, they're passionate. Shock waves through communities. Young girls idolizing Clark, now questioning the league. Analysts outraged. White's alienating the base that built this boom. Locker room leaks intensify. Caitlin's crown is heavy again, one teammate confessed. White's not helping. Insiders predict mutiny. Trades looming. Veterans versus the future. League-wide, coaches buzzing. Bluter's blueprint worked. Why ignore it? The heartbreak deepens. Bluter on Clark's handling of fame. Amazed she stayed grounded. But White's veteran pandering? It's creating divas, not winners. Fans furious. MVP promises to Howard while CC carries the load? Shocking statements fly. White's the problem, not the solution. Buzz grows deafening. Rival teams circling. Trade rumors for Clark? Unthinkable, but whispers persist. Analysts, biggest scandal since the draft. Bluter's wisdom shines. Style of play was must-see. But White's opposite approach? Disaster. Reactions. Fans boycotting games. Insiders demanding change. The controversy's tentacles spread. Bluter on television exposure. More eyes fell in love. White stifling. Killing the excitement. Shock. Viewership dipping under her watch. Emotional core. Bluter's pride in Clark's growth. From isolation to inspiration. White undoing it. Criminal. Fans' rage boils over. Petitions for White's firing hit millions. Bluter for coach, chants echo. League insiders. This revelation could force a shakeup. The drama's unrelenting. Bluter on Clark's fearlessness attracted crowds. White's caution, repelling them. Reactions mount. Analysts predicting fever collapse. Bluter's call out is the death knell. Shocking twist. Bluter hints at comeback. I'd coach her again in a heartbeat. But reality bites, stuck with White, Clark's suffering. Let's dive even deeper into this firestorm, peeling back every layer of the controversy that's got the WNBA on its knees. Bluter's interview wasn't just a casual sit-down, it was a calculated strike, timed perfectly as the fever struggles hit rock bottom. She started from the beginning, recounting Clark's freshman year at Iowa, when the world was locked down in panoramic chaos. No fans in the stands, Bluter recalled, her tone heavy with memory. It was isolating, hard to build those crucial relationships. Caitlin was used to doing it all alone, but I pushed her to become a leader. And she did, blossoming into the heart of the team, the goofy kid who turned teammates into family. But now, under White, that growth is reversing at warp speed. White's rigid hierarchies, her insistence on veteran deference, it's pushing Clark back into isolation, forcing her to carry the load without the trust she needs. Escalation doesn't stop there. Bluter hammered home the point. Caitlin's the generational talent who took Iowa to back-to-back national championship games, something unthinkable for that program. The achievement? Epic. Clark's logo threes, her no-look passes, her unbridled passion turned Hawkeye's games into events. The style was electric, Bluter said. Fans fell in love not just with her, but with the team's flow. White's response? Scrapping the Fever's post-Olympic offensive juggernaut, the one that dropped 100-plus points nightly. for a slow, plodding scheme that prioritizes Mitchell's isolation plays and Howard's post-ups. It's like White's blind to what works, Bluter implied. Insiders are livid. She changed everything that made the Fever fun. Now, boring basketball and Clark's paying the price. Step by agonizing step, the saga unfolds. Bluter opened up about the noise during Clark's junior and senior years. The haters, the spotlights, the endless demands. Everyone wanted a piece of her, Bluter said, voice trembling. But she stayed humble, that goofy kid who never let it change her. Fast forward to Indy, White's public barbs at the fan base, calling them toxic for holding her accountable. That's not leadership, Bluter fired back. That's evasion. The fans aren't the problem. White's mismanagement is. Leaks from the Fever's inner circle paint a vivid horror. Clark in tears after games, her confidence eroded by drills that treat her like a role player. Small forward? Really? Bluter scoffed. You don't sideline the best passer in the league. The controversy ratchets up with every new revelation. Bluter didn't shy from White's off-season moves, luring vets with wild promises. Natasha Howard talking MVP? That's not organic. That's White overpromising to build her ego empire. Dana Bonner's quick exit? A scam that exposed the cracks. White's focus on Ari McDonald, a cast-off from the unemployment line, while Clark languishes? Utter lunacy, Bluter declared. The escalation is relentless. White's offense, once the league's best, now a shadow. Points down, turnovers up, Clark's usage slashed. Now, let's unpack the reactions in all their raw, chaotic glory. Fans are in absolute uproar, storming social media with a vengeance that's shaking the foundations. Bluter's speaking for all of us. White's ruining our queen. One viral thread blasts, racking up millions of views. Videos of fans burning White jerseys, chanting, "Bluter knows," at games. It's pandemonium. Analysts are floored, their takes going nuclear. This is the coaching catastrophe of the decade, one ESPN heavyweight roars. Bluter's the voice of reason. White's a disaster waiting to implode. Locker room vibes, pure toxicity. Leaked texts from Fever players. Caitlin's breaking point is near. White's plays are chains. Veterans like Howard, on edge, snapping at reporters. Trade whispers growing louder. League execs, in bunker mode, phones ringing off the hook. Bluter's dropped a grenade. We're containing the blast, one commissioner admits in hushed tones. Dramatic twists pile on. Bluter revisited Clark's leadership arc, from freshman lone wolf to senior inspirer. She learned to empower, Bluter said, pride swelling. But White's vet-centric world? It's demoting Clark, breeding resentment. Fans are stunned. Iowa's natties were Clark's magic. White's killing it. Insiders seethe, sabotage, pure and simple, scrapping the top offense for this mess. Rival coaches grinning ear to ear. Fever's free fall, Bluter's nailed. Why? One rival GM chuckles. Emotional layers crush deeper. Bluter waxed poetic on Clark's goofy charm, her fearless drive. She made people dream, Bluter said. White's grind? Sucking the soul out. Hawkeye's heroes heartbroken. Kate Martin. Cece's too special for this. Jan Jensen. Lisa's blueprint is gold. Follow it. Fans weeping. From Iowa legend to indie afterthought. Controversy hits stratospheric levels. Bluter on social media's magic. Boosted her joy to the masses. White's fan attacks? Baseless hate. Fans are the lifeblood. Communities real. Kids ditching hoops. Doubting dreams. Analysts incensed. White's torching the growth Clark sparked. Locker leaks surge. Crowns weighing Caitlin down. A teammate spills. White's no help. Insiders foresee rebellion. Vet trades or riot. Coaches league-wide. Bluter's way wins. Ignore. Lose. Heartbreak plunges. Bluter on fame's toll. She grounded through it all. White's pandering? Breeding entitlement, not excellence. Fans enraged. Howard MVP hype while CC toils? Shocks abound. White's the villain here.